This is a recording of this year's Virtual Residency Fair. We'd like to take the time to thank the programs that volunteered their time to present to this year's applicants. This year's PM&R Scholars Virtual Residency Fair is supported by PM&R Recap and Ultrasound Guidance. PM&R Recap is the leading resource for your physiatry board preparation, clinical preparation, audition rotations, and beyond. PM&R Recap offers 35 hours of review videos, hundreds of review questions, and oral board cases to help you become the best physiatrist that you can be. Head to pmnrrecap.com to learn more. Ultrasound Guidance is the innovative new online ultrasound learning platform that gives you instant access to expert instruction. With rapid scans and complete scans of every joint and peripheral nerve, Ultrasound Guidance is the perfect way to jumpstart your MSK ultrasound learning. Visit ultrasoundguidance.com to learn more.
Is Indiana University on the call?
Hi there. Let me pull this up. All right. Can everyone see that?
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Okay. So thanks for sticking around this evening. I'll have our contact information up later at the end of our presentation also, but if you want to take a quick screen grab of that, you're welcome to. Who is speaking? That would be me, Dr. Nathan Prallo. Since I'm in charge, I get to pick the pictures. So this is me and my family. And I have been a program director since 2009. I had to do higher math to figure that out. It's starting my 14th year of program directorship. I have an outpatient musculoskeletal focus, back pain, neck pain, EMG. Outside of medicine, you might find me and my family backpacking or playing disc golf or board games. One of the things I like to do occasionally is when we happen to have a lecture cancel or perhaps an open day of lectures going on, maybe I'll bring in a few board games, and instead of digging through a topic, we might have an afternoon of relaxation all as a program. So anyway, if you ever see me out, this is at Red River Gorge in Kentucky, not too far away from here or from Ohio State. Great little area to go backpacking. Our pledge to you, first of all, if you submit your application in the first 2 weeks of the ARIS is going to be reviewed. We don't have filters that we just take and lop you off. Every single application will be reviewed. And if we offer you an interview, we have an interview slot available. I know a number of programs in the past have been criticized for this, offering more interviews than they had positions. But if something's offered, it may not work for your best time, but we will have an interview slot available, and we pledge that to you. Our department, since we just mentioned Dr. Randy Bradham from The Ohio State University, we were founded in 1991 by Randy Bradham. He is a fantastic physician, great all-around guy, and this picture just pretty much sums up everything about him. We are one of almost 100 ACGME accredited and over 60 non-accredited residencies and fellowships here at the Indiana University School of Medicine. We are either the largest or the second largest medical school in the country, depending on if we or Illinois add a number of medical students in a given year. Over 1,400 medical students total and over 1,200 residents and fellows. I used to say on this location that we are located in Indianapolis on the campus of IUPUI, and if you're a NCAA basketball fan, you probably would follow IUPUI, wondering who is this UEPUI school? That's us. It's Indiana University, Purdue University at Indianapolis. However, by the time that you guys would start rotating with us, they've decided to split. And now we have Indiana University, Indianapolis, and Purdue University, Indianapolis, which just adds to the confusion, but we are still on the same location. The hospitals and clinics that you would be rotating with us at, our primary teaching hospital is the Rehabilitation Hospital of Indiana. It is a standalone facility, 91 beds up until about 2 weeks ago, and they just added in a 5th unit. So they're well above 100 beds now. Our pediatric facility, inpatient and outpatient, is at Riley Hospital for Children. It draws from all around the state of Indiana, so really a fantastic opportunity to see pretty much any pathology possible. And they all come on into Indianapolis, and we can help them out. Our VA Medical Center, absolutely fantastic VA, the Roudebush VA Medical Center. You could take our VA faculty and have a really solid residency program alone just with our VA docs. We rotate there for inpatient and outpatient, orthotics and prosthetics, chronic pain management. In half a month, we are going to be breaking ground for a brand new hospital in downtown Indianapolis, getting a combination of Methodist Hospital, our tertiary quaternary care hospital, and University Hospital. They have been around the old buildings for over 100 years for parts of it. And so we'll be going into a cutting edge new facility for the School of Medicine and the hospital. And it's going to be located right next to our department's home, which is in the Neurosciences Center. This building houses neurosurgery and physical medicine and rehabilitation, neurology, psychiatry, neuroimaging, and a portion of ENT, all in the same building. And what's really nice about this is it allows for very close collaboration. If you are seeing, as an example, a patient with multiple sclerosis who has some functional deficits, you find out perhaps that they have not been seen by a neurologist in ages. You can walk one hallway over and have a world-class neurologist there that you can curbside or possibly even get in the same day. So really nice collaboration there. Our outpatient clinics around town, great facilities, and almost every location is collaborative. As an example, mine, we have neurosurgeons and rehab docs in the same, offices and treatment rooms right next to each other. And that goes for most of our facilities around town. Your curriculum, for inpatient, primarily is going to be in 2-month blocks. And we have 2-month rotations in stroke, TBI, spinal cord injury, and complex medical cases at the Rehab Hospital of Indiana. And those are primarily loaded into your PGY2 year, although we do reserve 1 month of complex medical cases for your senior year, so that just in case you're going into a position afterwards where you're going to be doing some inpatient work, that you kind of put together that you've learned during your 3 years of residency, and hopefully hone your skills and to get back into the real world as you get your big job. Pediatrics at Riley and general inpatient at the VA. For outpatient, we have a really great variety of musculoskeletal and neuromuscular, sports medicine, chronic pain management clinics. You will get so much hands-on with fluoroscopically and ultrasound guided injections. And as part of that, we have started last year an injection boot camp. So one of your PGY2 months is aimed primarily at teaching you how to use all of the devices. So when you get a chance to do an ultrasound guided injection as a 3 or a 4, you aren't fumbling around trying to figure out what on earth am I doing with this machine. You've got dedicated time to get the ultrasound machine out and work on yourself. You get your hands on for all of these procedures, so that as procedures come up later on in your career, you're focusing more on learning the procedure than learning the equipment. We have a 3-month rotation in electromyography. Absolutely fantastic, with John Kincaid with our Department of Neurology. If he doesn't win the Medical Student Teacher of the Year award, he's in the top 5 vote getters, and he absolutely loves having PM&R docs rotate with him, because we get the opportunity to learn both PM&R docs and neurologists side by side. And we do 3-month rotations, and the neurologists do 2-month rotations. And so that works out, if you can figure out the math in your head, either your 2nd or 3rd month on EMG with us, you are going to have a brand new neurology resident who has never seen an EMG before in his life, probably, and you get to help teach. One of the best ways to learn EMG is to get involved in teaching someone else. Helps you figure out how to understand and plan a study, try to figure out exactly what's going on with the study, how it all works, and you put it all together, and out of all of this, you come out with a much greater knowledge for EMG. We have cancer rehab docs, 3 of them currently, and a brand new functional restoration program. It's about 8 months old right now. And what this looks at is people who've had chronic pain and really are relegated to, I've got nothing else other than pain medicine that I'm going to use. Well, this takes a look at that and maybe doesn't try to fix so much the problem as it is going to try to help them regain function. And that might be figuring out a new answer for a treatment that they hadn't expected, but also working on cognitive behavioral therapies, physical therapy, occupational therapy, and group therapies to try to get people doing as much for themselves again as they can, even in the face of a chronic pain situation. We have lectures every Wednesday afternoon. They end at 5 p.m. If we do it backwards. So we end at 5. If we have 2 lectures, we'll start at 3. If we have 4 lectures, we'll start at 1. So you work and then you start lectures and then you're done for the day and once lectures are done. It's a rotating curriculum, repeating every 12 months. So you'll get every topic 3 times during your career. We do have a research curriculum that is part of this because as most programs, or if not all, you're going to have to do some research as part of a residency program. And we'll talk you through how to figure out what research is good research that's out there, how to read the literature, how to plan a study, how to write a study, and so on. We have diversity sessions at least once a quarter. We just had our 4th one, I believe, this past month, with a variety of topics, a variety of speakers. Those are always really interesting sessions. One of my favorites is for the different diverse groups that are out there in the world, taking a look at disabilities and seeing how they are its own separate group, and how they can be very marginalized. Quarterly diversity sessions at least. We have a financial literacy sessions, journal club, morbidity, and mortality. And our lecture series is primarily given by attending physicians, but we also have you as residents giving some of the lectures too, because as you know, PM&R is a small field, and one of the best ways that you're going to drum up business later on in your career is by advertising to others. And one of the best ways you're going to advertise to others is giving talks at your new hospital facility and the like. So we really encourage people to be comfortable giving presentations. And part of that is giving presentations to your peers. Almost every clinic that we're going to be in for outpatient is typically going to be 1 faculty to 1 resident. You are right there learning. You don't have a bunch of other learners to run over. And along that line, we don't have any interventional pain fellows that are rotating in our PM&R clinics. You are first in line for experiences if an injection comes up. You don't have to wait for the fellow to get his 20th lumbar epidural steroid injection before you get a chance to get your hands on. You're going to be first in line for any shot that comes up. Our inpatient teams always have a physician, but we also have advanced practice providers alongside as things get busy. We have we're in our 3rd year now for our faculty resident mentorship program, including some research mentoring, but also a resident mentorship where we link a PGY4 and a PGY2 together as you're just getting your feet wet, and trying to link you up so that you have that go-to person for when you have some simple questions. Fellowship opportunities at IU. We have a PEDS rehab fellowship at Riley Hospital for Children and an interventional pain medicine fellowship at the VA Medical Center on campus. We have options for adaptive sports, sporting event coverage, sports physicals, a couple elective months in your curriculum, ultrasound and injection workshops, EMG workshops, about 4 or 5 during a given year. And we have one really cool opportunity that we almost got to have happen. Dr. Christine Groves, she is one of our faculty members, and it used to be full-time, but part-time now. She's in Kathmandu, Nepal. And in April of 2020, we were going to have our first resident go to Nepal for a month rotation. Unfortunately, COVID happened and that fell through. And with COVID, Dr. Groves is now at least most of the time in the States, but she occasionally is going to be going back to Nepal, and we hope to have some residents go with her and experience PM&R in a different setting. Brand new this year, we have partnered with the American College of Lifestyle Medicine, and we have an integrated curriculum that can lead to lifestyle medicine certification. Well, what on earth is lifestyle medicine? All of those things that we get to talk about with people, kind of the periphery of how do we get you better from your stroke? How do we get you better from your lumbar radiculopathy? The lifestyle medicine part of that is, how do we eat healthy? How do we exercise? What are healthy life habits, managing stress, substances, and other such. So the lifestyle medicine certification basically is a training course that lets you leverage everything that you learned during your residency anyway, but you can basically use this as an advertisement into your future, and actually probably a stepping stone into some really cool job opportunities. And this is part of our lecture curriculum and an opportunity for all residents to get involved.
5 minutes remaining.
Thank you. We have a brand new curriculum at Indiana University called the iDream program. And what this is aimed at is increasing diversity in academic medicine. And there are some options for residents to get involved, and even for residents to commit to becoming a faculty at IU. You can look up iDream Indiana and learn some more about that. Since we're running a little short on time, I'm going to zip through our department chair, Dr. Flora Hammond, fellowship trained in traumatic brain injury. We have a couple assistant program directors. We are above 25 faculty at all of our different locations, including a fairly robust research faculty. We are one of the traumatic brain injury model systems. Last but not least, Indianapolis, Indiana, 15th largest city in the United States. A lot of people knew that. We are called the Circle City for our downtown city circle. We have the second most war memorials for any city in the United States, behind Washington, D.C. And I'm not exactly certain why that is, but this is one of those, the Soldiers and Sailors Monument. Indianapolis is eminently walkable. From this area, you can be to our basketball stadium in 10 minutes, football in 5. The NCAA headquarters is immediately on the left, and 5 minutes further to the left is the campus of the med school. The world's greatest children's museum is in Indianapolis. So if you have kids, fantastic place to visit. If you don't have kids, really cool place still to visit. And look at you like you're a little creepy, but still really cool. Our zoo is smack in the middle of downtown. Lots of festivals. We just finished up the Indiana State Fair. We can fry any food possible and put it on a stick and you'll love it. Lots of great restaurants. It's a foodie town, but we're also an active town. At one point, the world's largest half marathon was here. 36,000 people every May running out to the Indy 500 track, doing a lap around the track and back. But lots of places to walk and get out in nature. State parks nearby. My favorite trail in all of Indiana is in the upper left. That's Trail 3 at Turkey Run State Park. Indiana Dunes is 2.5 hours away, no sharks, but lots of beach. And down in the southern Indiana, the Little Smokies of Indiana, Brown County State Park. World-class sports facilities, our AAA baseball team in Victory Field, one of the best places to watch a baseball game. Lucas Oil Stadium and Gainbridge Fieldhouse, it's a basketball museum, essentially, in this basketball crazy state. If the Pacers aren't playing too well, you can go out, of course, and get a history lesson. And we've just announced that our Tier 2 soccer team is going to be building a 20,000 seat stadium in downtown. Last but not least, the Indy 500 absolutely needs to be on your bucket list. The world's largest single-day sporting event. 250,000 people come into town. Great people watching opportunity, great sporting event, lots of fun. You need to get to it at least once in your life. So hopefully all of this has shown you how you can become the I in Indy and join us. So I'm going to throw that up. And what questions do we have?
Hi, I really enjoyed this presentation a lot. Same question I've been asking everyone, do you feel like there's any patient populations or pathologies that you get a lot of exposure to in your program that might be kind of unique to your program?
Yeah, so I think the biggest thing that you're going to see that's unique is going to be the traumatic brain injury, because we're going to be the draw for the entire state of Indiana. The other things that you're going to get are a lot of our collaborations with our spine surgeons. Again, Indianapolis has a number of hospital systems, but if anything is very complex, it's going to be coming through us.
So thank you very much.
Yeah, it's a great question. We have, do your current residents have families and children? Yes, we do. All right, Amy, our program coordinator, is on there. She's probably going to have to give me a little bit more of an update than me on numbers of children, but I believe
currently we have 6
okay, there
children,
we go.
I believe.
6 kids that are out there, and I was going to say
Yes.
all but 3 of our residents, I believe, are married. So
Right.
Thank you so much to Indiana University for being with us this evening. We really appreciated your presentation. You are definitely welcome to hang out on the call a little bit longer and moderate the chat if there's any remaining questions for Indiana University.